Like,
hey guys,
welcome back to Forward Farming.
happy NFL Sunday. Bow, bow, bow,
It
bow.
Bow, bow. Is that it? Okay.
Yep, that's good.
And like it's fall out. I mean,
It's fall, y'all.
It's kind of cold. I've had a sweatshirt on and pants all day.
It is spooky season full force today, and I am loving it.
Said it's supposed to be in the 80s later this week, but we won't. We won't do
I'm
that.
I'm not gonna think about it. No.
Do you have something in the crock pot?
No, we went to lacrosse yesterday, and we went to Target and Sam's Club. Oh my God, I got the pot pie. Let me tell you about the pot pie.
You didn't drop it again, did you?
No, I was just embarrassing though. We were Dan. We don't go out very much, if you can't tell. And when we were in Sam's Club, we were like perusing the pre-made meal section, the cooler section. And we're like grabbing up the enchiladas, the mac and cheese, the manicotti, like all this stuff. And I look up, and down at the end of the little kiosk is one pot pie. And Dan, I'm like, go get it. Go get that pot pie. Like I'm yelling at him. He's like looking at me. I'm like, get it. There's people all around. Like, someone's going to get it. Grab that pot pie. And then he's like, you're out in public. Be quiet. I'm like, no. And then this lady,
I just picture some like little old lady going to get it, and you just like tackle her,
throwing some elbows, throw my cart into her. It was heavy. And there's this lady next to us, and she just started laughing. And she's like, I'm so glad I'm not the only one that loves her pot pies. Like, you go get it. Thank you.
She's like, probably like crying on her way home now. Like, I didn't get my pot pie.
This crazy lady next to me, she was like ravenous over this pot pie. So we have a pot pie in our freezer, and I was pretty excited. So that was highlight of my weekend.
That's funny. I'm glad you got it, and I'm glad you didn't destroy
Me too.
it.
Me too. I made Dan put it away in the vehicle. It's like, you got to do this. It's raining. I'm not going to do this. It makes the conditions 10 times worse when it's raining.
I can't handle this tragedy in my life.
I can't handle this twice.
Once was enough.
Oh my God, that was miserable. Anyway, how's your weekend going?
I was going to ask if you did anything else fun. My weekend was good. Joey's mom watched the kids last night. Joey he was like, I need some alone time. Like our kids have been on another level. And I don't know if you've noticed this yet. Maybe it's like more apparent as your kids get older, but full moons, they really do mess your kids up.
I was going to say, it's a full moon this week, isn't it?
It is. Yes. I think it's 11. I think yesterday was technically it's like a harvest moon because it was orange. But after I had posted that, I think yesterday morning, I had a lot of people message me, and they were like, oh my gosh, it's a full moon. Like, my kid is going bonkers as well. So I was like, okay, at least it's everyone's kids. But anyway, so Joey's like, I need a break. And we don't ask for help often, especially when we're like home, because it just, I don't know, that's just the type of people we are. And his mom was like, no, seriously, like, you need to ask us more often. They were so excited for the kids to come over for a sleepover. So they went over there, and we were going to go to the tractor pulls. Platteville has their dairy days this weekend. And with the storm that was coming through last night, they canceled it. And so we were like, all right, like, should we go out to eat? Should we do something else? And we settled on, we went to a local bar just like 10 minutes away from us, grabbed a pizza, brought it home, ate the pizza in bed, and watched TV. I mean, we were in bed by like 8. We started watching, what's the name? Okay, it's like the series that takes after the Karate Kid. Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai is the name of it.
Okay. I was like,
it's a series on Netflix. I don't know if I've ever seen the Karate Kid. I don't know. Maybe like when I was really young, but this is this is like later on in life, the Karate Kid and the other character or whatever. And it kind of like does flashbacks, but we watched that until like 11 o'clock, which is the latest I've stayed up in a long time, but it was I don't know. It was a good show. We couldn't stop watching it. And so then, yeah, I'd say we slept in, but we didn't. We were both up at like 6 o'clock, but we both like literally just laid in bed and like, oh, it's so quiet. Like
This is nice.
it's so nice. And then yeah, we just did chores, did a couple things around the farm, ran a couple errands. I had bought I hate buying jeans. Okay. So I had bought I went to Tyson's yesterday and bought some more jeans because all my like I bought 2 pairs of good Ariat jeans, but they were just so comfortable and I didn't have farm jeans. Like I made them farm jeans because I wear farm jeans obviously a lot more than I wear nice ones. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get another pair of Ariats and just keep them for like nice. I got the same exact size that I wear in every other Ariat jean. Do you think I could button them?
Way
No.
too small. Yep.
They were like 2 inches. There was no way I was buttoning them. I'm like, it's literally the same exact size. Like,
Yep.
oh,
Isn't that fun?
It's like, why? The same brand.
I did that with all of my work jeans. I used to love Carhartt jeans. Like they were so durable. I don't know what changed, but I had to like start going up a size every time I bought them. And I finally got so sick of it and I laid them out. I started at a size 4 back in the day, back when I was that size. And then I had to go up to a 6, an 8, a 10, and a 12. And I'm laying them all on top of each other. And like the 8s are the same size as the 4s now. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like it wasn't me. It's like they started making them smaller and smaller. I'm like, okay, well now I don't feel quite so bad. But at the same time, it's like
I don't understand why.
I don't either.
If you haven't, I mean, I really like Ariat jeans for working. So if you haven't tried those, they're really nice. They've got like actual work ones, but they're perfect rise. It literally is the perfect rise. I don't know how they did that, but yeah. And I also got a pair of Wranglers yesterday, much cheaper than Ariats. And I got a pair of like horse riding jeans, which I don't ride horses, but they're like higher in the back, like because you're sitting or whatever. And I'm actually really excited. Like they feel really comfortable. They've got a little bit of stretch to them. So I'm gonna try those out at work and see how I like them. But yeah, anyways, so I had to return 2 of the pairs of jeans because I didn't try them on at the store. I had the kids with me and I was like not about to do that. So I went back this morning and returned them right away because I just knew that I wouldn't return them otherwise. And then I needed a new pair of work boots. So I got a pair of Carhartts. Never had Carhartt work boots before. So yeah, we'll see how they are. They're cute. I mean,
they look cute.
Yeah. I think it's just going to get used to wearing them because like they've got kind of a higher
ankle.
Up your ankle. Yeah. And I'm just not used to that. But Joey's got a pair and he said like after a couple of days, you don't even know it's there. So yeah, that was my weekend. Joey's been cleaning the shop. We took I don't know, do you guys like collect your cans and then sell them?
We do.
Okay, so
we do.
We do as well, but we like I don't know the last time we brought them anywhere. So we just had this giant collection of them in the back of the shed and they were all sitting on one of our grain buggies and Joey has to get it out to change the tires on it for harvest. So like all these things are there and we don't have time to go when it's open. And so I was like, let's just take them to the fire department and donate them because all these bags is going to be like a couple $100 maybe. Like it's not worth it. And he was like, no. Well, no, I got my way. We loaded them in the truck and I took 2 big loads up and like pretty much filled their little can thing up. So you're welcome, Hazel Green Fire Department. But we got that out and that was nice. So I think from now on, I'm just gonna like when we have a full bag, just take it up right away because it's not worth it for us. And it's nice to donate somehow to the community. So
yeah, we have Cranfest coming up.
Yeah.
Oh,
is that next weekend or is that
not this weekend, but the following weekend? It's like
Okay.
the 23rd, 24th.
Oh, okay.
So if anybody is wanting to go up to Cranfest, let me know. It'll be exciting. Yeah, and I was just talking to someone about that, about how like the whole purpose of Cranfest is to donate back to the village that it's in. And I want to say it's like a $3 million like
Wow.
donation
Event
back
or
to this, yeah, to the village. And like we got a garbage truck from it one year. We got like all of our road repairs from it. Like it's a pretty big thing. So if you've never been to Cranfest before, it's big. It's like a big craft fair kind of thing now. It's like a bunch of vendors come and sell stuff, and there's a lot of food and a parade on Sunday. And everybody that lives in the village pretty much gives up their yard for the weekend. So it starts like on like the Monday, the week before that, the vendors start coming in and like taking over, and like the food trucks are going to start showing up pretty soon. Like it's kind of a big deal. And yeah, like the whole area shuts down. Like our school district doesn't have school like Thursday
oh
and
wow.
Friday because of it. Like it's
That's
that
like
big.
that's kind of awesome though, like that there's such a I mean, it's obviously very community based, but I feel like do a lot of community members then like volunteer their time to kind of help make it a success?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like everybody that lives there gives up their property, so I mean, like they're kind of volunteering in a way. And like our local volunteer fire department, they have like food and they have a beer tent, like, and all of that money goes right back to the fire department, and people donate food for that. So it's like, and they set up and tear down all of this stuff too. So it's a big thing for everybody. And we used to sell fresh fruit out here, and we'd have buses come through and do tours through our property. And they're not doing that anymore because they can't find enough bus drivers. Like
Oh,
there's
it's
a
too
bus
bad.
driver shortage. It is too bad, but it's also kind of nice not to do anything that weekend for the first time ever.
Well, yeah, then you get to enjoy the festival a little bit more too.
Yeah, yeah. And then the following weekend we have Oktoberfest in La Crosse. And if anybody from La Crosse is going to that, let me know. You should come up for that. There's a big parade on Saturday. There's lots of candy. There's lots of beverages. So if you
I
guys
like
are off that
beverages.
weekend, I think it's the first weekend in October, like the last, like the 33rd, 31st or something of September. I don't know, whatever that
Okay.
Saturday is.
I think Joey might have to work.
Well,
Hmm. I could just leave him here, I
Joey
guess.
should stay home. Yeah, but it's super fun. So we've got fest season, and then we're rolling right into harvest. So we're swamped. Swamped, swamped, swamped.
Yeah, and then we've got Annalise's thing in
Yes. Oh,
November.
yes. What is that? November 5th?
I believe
That
so, yeah.
Saturday? Yeah. We just met her and Tom and the kids yesterday for lunch. When we were in La Crosse.
Oh, fun.
We called them up and they came into town and we got lunch with them. So that'll be fun. I'm excited for that. That'll be a good time. So yeah, I think she closed the ticket sales for that. So if you
Oh,
didn't get a
sorry.
ticket, sorry, maybe next year.
If you did get a ticket, we'll see you there.
Yay! Yeah,
I
we're
missed the
going to
memo
be
that she
recording an
closed. That's my
episode, and
bad.
I did too. I thought it was going to be this week. So sorry if you listened last week and you're like, where's my ticket? Amber said, my bad. My bad.
Maybe she'll make an exception.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully. Oops.
Yeah. So yeah, anything else going on?
Did I say we're starting harvest this week? We're doing an early harvest
Yeah.
this coming week. So I think we're going to be flooding up tomorrow and then getting fruit off on Tuesday and then picking up on Wednesday, the hottest day of the week.
Yay.
Yay.
I guess better than freezing your butt off.
It
Is that
is.
like does the water heat up enough that it ruins the berries at all, or is it like I mean, it's not gonna be that hot, but
Yeah, I mean if the fruit sat like overnight when it was that hot, it would kind of soften the fruit a little bit.
okay.
It would kind of start cooking it. So that's kind of why we're doing it a little bit earlier than we planned, just because we've had a couple of really hot days after rain.
Mhm.
So all that extra humidity kind of holds tight into the vines, and it has a hard time drying off. And then with it being so close to the soil, it just kind of sits and cooks the fruit. So we're getting it off a little bit early just so we kind of avoid any extra fruit rot from that humidity. So it's early harvest is good. It's only like a week long, maybe. We should be done by the end of the week. I think it's not that much. So the earlier varieties, they just don't need the cold weather that the other varieties need to turn that deep dark red color, and the color is what we get paid based off of. So that's why we're doing this now. Make sure everything's working well too with harvest equipment and stuff before everything really kicks off in October. So it'll be good. It'll be
Yeah.
fun.
Have you always kind of had an early harvest, or is this variety newer, or?
Yeah, we used to have like a really early harvest, which was like back when the white cranberry juice was really popular. I don't know if you remember that. But we would harvest when the fruit was still like white and green.
Wait. Okay.
So that was like beginning of August,
Oh wow.
end of
That must
July.
have
Like
been really hot then.
it
Yeah.
was really hot, really early. Awful. So we only did that for a couple years. So now, yeah, it's always like a week or two before Cranfest, and then we have Cranfest weekend off, and then start back up with everything the first part of October. So
Sweet.
yeah, get her going.
Cool. So today's episode, I I texted Amber this the other day. I feel like people are going to be able to relate to it really well, and it's just been on my mind. But I think sometimes social media has us always like constantly thinking we need to do more in life, like constantly thinking that we're not doing enough just because everyone else is always doing new things. So I just wanted to focus like on the fact that it's okay to like to be where your feet are at the moment. Like it's okay to like your job and to not want to, quit and go full time with a new venture.
Social
It's
media.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay to do that if that's what you want. But I just feel like sometimes people aren't talking about like that it's okay to just want to do your job and like doing your job. Like I love my job and I like sharing about it and stuff. And it's always fun to think about like what I could do if I wasn't farming or dairy
Mhm.
farming. But at the end of the day, for my family and for like, I don't know, everything that we're doing right now, my feet are planted exactly where they're supposed to be. And I don't know your opinion on it. I just feel like we we don't talk about that aspect of enough that I think we should normalize being okay with where you are, not always needing to like find the next big venture to take on.
Yeah, I agree completely with that. Like for me, um, yeah, it's always just been about like comparing myself to what everyone else is doing on social media. And that's kind of the curse of being on those apps and those platforms so much as you're like, well, like how is she still doing all of this and being a mom to a 1-year old? Like, why can't I do that? Why can't I find the time that she's finding? And it's like, I'm not living her life. My kid isn't on the same sleep schedule as their kid. Like, different stages doesn't mean that what you're doing is wrong. It's just all about what fits you best. And like if oh no. Speaking of kids,
The other team must have got a touchdown.
But I one of like the most disheartening things for me anyway is like when you're talking to someone and like you're getting really excited, and like when I get excited I start talking really loud, if you haven't figured that out, and like someone's like, no, just can you tone it down a notch? And that just really crushes my soul. When that happens, it's like, oh, sorry, like didn't mean to be too much. And I just saw a TikTok the other day where someone was talking about the same problem. I don't know if you follow like Elise Meyer.
I love her. I was
Yeah.
just thinking about the
And
if I'm too much, go find less.
yeah, and it's like if I'm too much, go find less. And I start thinking about that like when I'm posting stuff, and I'm like, well, like back before I got pregnant, like I would share like stupid stuff, like just random silly stuff. And I started thinking like, well, what if that's too much for people? Like, what if I'm turning people off because I'm like being silly or goofy or whatever? And like, I kind of got disconnected from don't want to say like my authentic self, but like I felt like I'm more reserved now. And I'm like, well, I'm just going to tone it back a little bit. And that's kind of what I think of now. And it's like, well, if they don't like it, then well, screw them. They don't have to follow me. Like, see ya.
Exactly. Yeah.
But anyway, sidetrack. But yeah, it's just being comfortable with what you have, and it's not like bigger, better things doesn't mean bigger, better life. Like, kind of just all boils down to that. Like, cool, you drive a really nice car. Good for you. Like, I'm happy for you. I don't. Like, mine's a little bit older. That's fine. Gets me from point A to point B. Great. I'm happy with that. Like, I have a roof over my head. I have food. I have a family. That is great. It's what I need at this time. Like, it's not a competition to one up everybody. Like, how exhausting is that? It's just not worth it. And for what? Like, oh, an extra like on Instagram.
It gets you nothing.
Yeah, it gives you nothing. It's not an award. It's not a prize. Like, what you have is your prize. Like, it's not a popularity contest.
Yeah. And I think some people, I mean, obviously just a comparison game, that could be a whole episode on itself. But some people, that stuff is important to them, and that's cool. And like, maybe them sharing it or like trying to keep pushing forward is just their way of comfortable living and like, you know, things like that, which is fine. I think everyone should kind of do what they want, what's best for them and their family. There's this constant need that like, if you're on Instagram or you're like on social media, you should be making money. And it's like, obviously, yes, making money is nice. I'm not going to say I don't try to, you know, like working with brands and stuff has kind of been a little, I don't know if you'd say umbrella over, you know, with things like, if I make money on Instagram, it's typically going directly to like daycare and, you know, stuff like that, because daycare is expensive. Gas is expensive. Like, the cost of everything is going up. And as farmers, we don't really see the cost of our product going up. I mean, I guess I don't know about cranberries, but like our incomes are not rising like they should be with the inflation and everything else going on. So, I mean, I'm not saying like don't make money on Instagram, because I would like to, you know, have a little money to help with bills and stuff like that. But at the same time, my goal in life was not to like quit my job, become like a 6-figure earner by creating digital courses or something on Instagram. I don't know, no shade to anyone that wants to do that and that is doing that. I think it's important that we talk about the other side of it. Like, just because, you know, more power to the people that are doing that, but it is okay to be comfortable with what you're doing. It's okay to love your job. It's okay to work 2 jobs and, you know, spend time with your family and do that. It's okay to just do what makes you comfortable. You don't always have to be striving for something else just because it seems like everyone else is doing it.
Yeah. And yeah, again, that's kind of like a double-edged sword with social media. I mean, like, yes, it's a lot. It's changed so much in the last year and a half, 2 years, that as someone who's not creating, to see all these different quote unquote influencers like pushing products and being like, oh, I'm selling this, or like, here's another sponsored post. Like, sure, it's kind of annoying, but at the same time, it's also kind of exciting, I think. Like, I can remember just like scrolling through and be like, oh, this person, that's all they're doing is just trying to sell me stuff. Like, all they do is just sponsored post after sponsored post. And then like, you kind of have to change your mindset now to a little bit and be like, that's cool. Like, if they can find people to work with, like, why can't I support them? All I'm doing is just clicking a post to like it. Like, it's not like I don't necessarily have to go and buy it, but for them to like creatively come up with a way to sell this product, that's cool. That takes a lot of time and effort. So sure, I'm going to like it. Like, I appreciate, you know, like,
you know, writing a little comment, because I think,
like,
I don't know for
cool.
you, sometimes sales posts or sponsored posts seem icky to me. I don't know if you've ever felt that. So I guess I'll just share an example. So I did that, and I kind of talked about this before, but the Shell Rotella oil campaign, and we I'm not gonna we made fun of it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like previously. And then they reached out to me and asked if I wanted to be a part of it. Um, and I looked at Joey and I let him read the thing for it. And he's like, well, honestly, I need to change the oil in the tractor and the combine. I was like, okay. So I'm like, I'm thinking more about it. And one part of me didn't want to do it because it's like, it's not super on brand for me. I mean, yes, it was farming related. Yes, it's, we had to do it anyways, but it's just, I don't know. It's not something I would normally share about. I'm not like super on the equipment side of things. I take care of cows. And, we talked about it a little bit more, and it made sense financially for me to do it because it covered the cost of the oil that I needed. And then, gave us a little paycheck to invest in ourselves. And so I ended up doing it. I made the video, and it was fun to make. Like, Joey had to change the oil anyway. So I'm like, we might as well get paid to do it. But still, I posted it and I don't know, I felt ucky about it. And I remember telling Amber, I was like, don't make fun of me. But I, I don't know. It's hard to like know what is good and what's not, because you want to stay authentic and you want to feel good about what you're posting. And I mean, I did at the end of the day, like having Joey do the oil, it wasn't like I was changing the oil because I've never changed the oil in a tractor. So that would have been like inauthentic to me. But I don't know. I have noticed since doing that, like when I see other people doing sponsored posts, I try to like and like comment on it, because I know that they're probably feeling kind of the same way that I'm feeling about some of my stuff. Like other things like Quick Trip, that's usually easy to post about just because it's Quick Trip. We're like, we utilize Quick Trip a lot, so that's nothing new to us. But I don't know, it gives you a different perspective.
It's like, yeah, like Quick Trip is a great example because like people know we genuinely like them, but it just feels, I don't want to say icky, but it's just a weird feeling and be like, well, I don't normally share this stuff, but it's something I do genuinely use, like that oil. But are people going to believe me, or are they just going to assume like I'm in it for a paycheck? And it's like,
Yeah.
It's like, you want to stay authentic to yourself, but even if it's, I don't know, it's just a very fine, weird line of what do I do?
Yeah.
like with me, I got that same message and I showed it to Dan, and he's like, well, we don't really use that oil here. So it wouldn't feel authentic to do it. And I was like, okay, that's fair. So I passed on it. But yeah, it's like, sure, I could have made a couple bucks off of it, but we don't use it. So I don't want to promote it if I don't genuinely like it. And if you don't use it and you still promote it anyway, like, cool, good for you. Like, good job for putting in effort to making a post about it. Like, that takes time and effort. It's not like you're just holding up a jug and being like, go buy this oil.
Yeah.
It's weird. Social media is weird. I don't know.
It is. I mean, if we wouldn't have had to change the oil, then I probably wouldn't have done it, because how are you going to make a post like promoting an oil with not changing the oil? You know what I mean? Like, that was the only logical way to make a reel that I could think of. But I don't know. It's all weird. Everything's weird.
Yeah.
But I not to keep beating a dead horse, but that was what I wanted this podcast to be about. Like, it's okay to be where you are. It's okay to strive and want more. It's okay to do whatever the heck you want to do.
Yeah. And okay. So my biggest thing right now is I was going to be negative. I'm not going to be negative. Is my body. It has changed so much and I can't figure out why. So every time I go to pick out clothes, like I walk into my closet, I'm like, ooh, let me grab this top. This is a really cute top. I go and I try it on. It doesn't fit. Doesn't like come anywhere close to fitting. I'm like, well, that's disappointing. Let me try this one. Doesn't fit. I'm like, well, this is just stupid. I'm just going to put on a baggy shirt and just call it a day. So that's what I've been doing, all while like trying to log what I'm eating. I'm still trying to stay active and work out when I can. And like nothing is changing. It's just getting worse. And I'm like, okay. So every time I walk into my closet, it's very depressing. And I'm like, well, this sucks. I have like 3 shirts that I can wear. So yesterday, I went in and I'm like, okay, either I can still keep feeling like this every time I go to try to find something to wear, or I can get rid of my stuff. Sorry. I can get rid of my clothes and just and just out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. So
Mm-hmm.
I went through everything and I'm like, I really love this shirt. Doesn't fit me. Don't care. Out of sight, out of mind. Really love this shirt. Don't care. Doesn't fit. Out of sight, out of mind. So I'm just trying, like, I'm trying not to compare myself to what I'm seeing other people on the internet. I'm like, that's not me, not my circus, not my monkeys. This is me right now, here today. If it doesn't work, doesn't fit, doesn't come close to fitting, it's gone. So I'm going through and cleaning out everything and just focusing on the present. And I'm like,
Well, and
well,
then you
what
can
if
buy
in like,
clothes that you are comfortable in and that fit
yes,
you. Because honestly,
yes,
have your body's not going to go back to what it was before having
no,
a baby, before growing a literal child in your belly. And
yes,
it's hard to come to terms with. Like, I literally
yeah,
had 3 kids before I came to terms with it, and
yeah.
finally cleaned out my closet. But yeah, it's just
It's
I
exhausting.
think yeah, I think you're kind of like me where you don't like to spend money. Like,
Oh, I do, but
you,
I just,
but okay, I don't know. I don't like to like buy. I'm not the type of person like buys a lot of clothes, and but at the end of the day, like last year, I cleaned my closet out. Clothes that were from like college. I
yeah,
was never gonna wear those again.
I
And then
know.
when I like finally kind of went to the store, like saw a shirt I liked online, I still felt bad about buying it, but I was like, no, I literally don't have clothes.
Yeah.
And like, so now when I buy stuff, it's like, well, I actually feel comfortable in this. Like, I'm going to
Hmm.
wear it. And I don't know, I don't feel bad about it anymore. But
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough. Like, yeah, again, like much rather spend money on my child or like for groceries or whatever. But at the same time, it's like, I literally don't have clothes outside of my work clothes. Even those clothes I getting rid of. So here's a shameless plug. If you want to buy some of my old clothes, they're all really nice and in great condition. Head on over to Cranberry Chance Closet on Instagram. I'm probably going to be listing some on there.
this episode sponsored by Kramer Chat's Closet.
It's all Venmo. I have PayPal now too. So if you want
Oh,
to
you
PayPal me money,
froze.
can you still hear me? How about now? How about now? How about now?
Oh, I can hear
Okay.
you.
Anyway, that must be like my sign to be like, no, you don't need to sell your clothes. Go donate them. It's Sunday. It's a holy day. Go donate
uh,
your clothes. No,
I
they're
donated
expensive.
most of mine. I had my mom sell like some of them a couple years ago that were like, I don't say name brand, but like Maurice's and stuff like that. And then the last time I cleaned out, I had donated them all because I was like, I don't have the energy to do this.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. But if anybody wants some nice stuff, let me know. I'll start posting.
Oh,
Not shoes. I don't do. I won't sell shoes. That's weird.
really? Oh.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess
I
I
don't know.
wouldn't buy you shoes.
Well, I don't wear socks a lot of times, so I wouldn't want to buy them. That's my feet smell. Not good.
Okay, well, my butt is starting to fall asleep. I'm sitting on the floor. Did you have anything else to add to this
No,
insightful episode?
I think if you find yourself like scrolling through social media and logging out and just feeling like garbage after you close the app and regretting everything that you just saw, I think the most important thing is to evaluate who you're following. If you're following someone and you feel like you're comparing yourself to them in a negative way, maybe just unfollow them or hide them from your profile for a little bit
Yeah, mute
and
them.
mute them. That's the word I was looking for. Just mute them and just follow people that you genuinely enjoy following and don't make you feel pressured to buy stuff or if they do pressure you to buy stuff, if it's good stuff. And if it's good stuff, let me know. Like I like following those.
Dude,
um
can we just talk about marketing for a second? This isn't even like from people. I bought the Luby case. Okay, so I got that
yeah. Do
last
you like
week.
it?
So far, yeah. It's something to get used to because I'm used to just having a flat back on my phone,
Yeah.
Um, but it was a cow print and it literally has been a sponsored post for 18 years.
Yep.
And my case actually broke last week. Like one of the buttons that like I would press to turn it off, it fell out. I don't know. So like it was really hard to like turn the screen off on my phone. And then that ad came up again and I was like, screw it, I'm gonna do it. So I got that. But then I fell victim again. My screen protector is cracked. So I need a new screen protector. And I found it's called iJust. Hold on one second. I gotta get this right. Yes, it's called EYE Just JUST.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so what it is, it's a screen protector, but it's like got the blue light blocking on the actual screen protector.
Really?
It sounds pretty cool. That was an ad that like literally popped up right after I posted about my dang loopy case.
Wow.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for it. And I think it was like $40.
Okay.
Which is, I mean, it's got the tempered glass, like it's really no shatter resistant, it's no different than one you'd buy in the store, and those are about the same price. So I don't know. I'm excited to do it. If you want to get your own, use the code Hilby and you could save $10, I believe.
You really have a code? Is that legit?
Yeah. Well, like literally right after I bought it, it was like, oh, if you want to refer a friend or whatever, if it works good, yeah, I'm going to refer people.
Oh, okay. You might have just sold me. That's interesting.
Yeah, I've got blue light glasses that I like to wear when I'm like on my computer and stuff. But honestly, I don't usually wear them when I'm just on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to see how it works. But yeah, it's a blue light blocking screen protector.
Cool. That sounds good.
Yeah. So Cold Hilby, save some money. I don't know what I get for commission. It's probably like a cent, but whatever. So I'll report back next week after I get that. And we can see how awesome it is. Okay, anyways, I think that wraps it up. I think like you said with Elise Myers, if I'm too much, go find less.
Mm-hmm.
Do that. Share what you're comfortable sharing with. If you are, you happier where you are, you don't want the next greatest thing, and like you want to be where your feet are, you're not alone. We're here with you. So I don't know, I guess that was just the message of it. You do you, boo.
You do you, and drink some extra water because you probably need it.
Gosh. Yeah, I've been trying to drink more water. I've got like a little sinus thing going on.
Me too. It's a stupid weather. I hate it.
Stupid weather. It's just I've been good all day, and I can feel it
right in the cheeks.
Yes. Anyways, I'm probably gonna go take some Tylenol because it's like starting to go into my head now. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. We hope you enjoyed this. Leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts. We'd love that. I heard that you can leave reviews on I want to say it was Spotify now. So if you're listening on Spotify, let me know how that works. I only listen on Apple Podcasts, so I don't know. And yeah, follow us on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube at Forward Farming Podcast.
Sometimes.
Follow Amber. Sometimes when Amber's real internet uploads videos.
It's garbage.
Yeah. If you are a Starlink board member and would like to help Amber out with her rural interview or internet.
Becca's having a stroke now.
I'm fine. Yeah, hook her up. So anyways, follow Amber at Cranberry Chats. Follow me at Becca Hilby. And thanks for listening.
See you next week.
Bye.